Oftentimes you will want to be able to write a program that will not only compare numeric data but also string data. String data, of course, is any data that is not all numeric and therefore is not to be considered for calculations, such as a person's name or perhaps even an address, where you have a combination of letters and numbers in the text. String data can be compared. Recognize that A is less than B, B is considered less than C, C is considered less than D, and so forth. This is based on a coding scheme that is produced by the American National Standards Institute. You will want to enclose the strings that you're trying to compare in quotation marks. You'll see the example of Sally is less than Sue. Sally is considered less than Sue because when these two string literals are compared, the S in Sally is compared to the S in Sue. They are equal, so therefore the comparison continues. The A in Sally is then compared to the U in Sue. Since A is considered less than U, and these characters are now different, Sally is considered less than Sue, and the comparison stops. Numeric data that is compared to alphabetic data is also considered less than alphabetic data. The example 1, 2, 3 is considered less than the word one, O-N-E. When comparisons take place, it happens left to right with the leftmost character and proceeds one character at a time until the comparison pair is no longer equal. Then a determination is made. Once again, that determination is based on the American National Standards Institute, or ANSI, coding scheme. The string with the lowest ranking character is judged less than the other. One issue that often arises when you're comparing strings is the case of the data. That is, the lowercase a is not the same as the uppercase a. So oftentimes you would like to write a program that would allow the user to enter character data in without regard to the case. But the problem is that you will then ultimately want to compare that text data or string data to a specific spelling of that word. To make this comparison happen properly, you may need to use the to upper or to lower method to convert the text to all either uppercase in the case of to upper or all lowercase in the case of to lower. Next, I'll take a look at an example within the Visual Studio environment of this in a Visual Basic program. I've now launched Visual Studio and have a simple Visual Basic demonstration program on the screen. It simply consists of a text box, a convert button, and a label. The label will be where the result of our conversion will be displayed for us to see. The user will be able to enter text data, the convert button will then convert it, and then we'll see the result. Taking a look at the code of the convert button, you'll see there is simply one line of code. This example uses the to upper method. That is, it will take the contents of the text box one.text in this case, and convert it to uppercase. The result of that conversion will then be displayed in our label called Label 1 on the form. So running our sample program, I'll enter the words Visual Basic in all lowercase. Click the Convert button. As you can see, the to upper method has converted that text to all uppercase. It would not matter if I entered some uppercase and some lowercase. For example, if I entered this as Visual Basic with the capital V and capital B and Visual Basic respectively and convert, as you can see, the result is still the same. Stopping the program and modifying our code to read to lower, that is to use the to lower method, same thing is going to occur, except now the contents of the text box will be converted to all lowercase, which you will see displayed in our label. Once again, we'll run the program. This time I will enter Visual Basic, and I'll enter the last word basic in all uppercase. Remember, the to lower method is what's being used in this example. So when I click Convert, as you can see, the entire word, both words, Visual Basic is now in all lowercase. The significance of this is that once you do the conversion, you can then perform a comparison using if statements to compare what the user entered to what you're looking for, and the case of the data entered by the user is now disregarded since you're now dealing with like cases in both situations. That is either lowercase or uppercase. Oftentimes it makes no difference which you use, whether it be upper or lower. It simply depends on how you're approaching the problem.